Right. All right, guys, Coach Dylan here, and today I am live here on the podcast to give you guys a massive amount of value because in 2023, it's going to be my mission to help over 150 coaches build an online business that they're extremely proud of, build an online business that generates them enough income to do pretty much whatever they want in their life, but also reach hundreds and hundreds of people in their online fitness business so that collectively we can coach over 10,000 people per day. And today, guys, I am going to be teaching you one of the absolute critical skills that you must master if you want to be an online fitness coach, or if you want to grow your fitness business in any way. This is one of the absolute most critical skills that you can learn. And so today our main topic is going to be how to create content that generates leads for online coaches while building a brand that you're extremely proud of. And so today I want to tell you a quick little story about why this is so important and how it impacted my life. And so for me, I had an online business for about 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 years before it actually started to take off. And it wasn't until I actually learned this one skill set that it actually started to really grow and it actually boomed. And so, over the space of learning the skill within 6 months, I actually grew my online business from about 5 clients all the way to 100 within 6 months. And it was purely because of this one business. And there was a turning point for me that allowed me to realize how powerful the art of content, the art of copywriting, and the skill set of creating content that can reach your audience actually was. And so your audience is actually screaming out for someone who gets them. And if you master this, you'll never ever have to worry about leads again. And so the little story that I want to tell today is about, I got a little message in my inbox one day, and it was a message that said, "Hey man, I know I don't engage in your stuff, but all those little info posts have actually changed my game forever, man. Also, bro, you seem like a good bloke who I could have a beer at the pub with." And then he asked me, how do I sign up? And so that little message changed the game for me, because before that, I was actually like, I had all this imposter syndrome. I had all these doubts that, like, if I was putting out content, people are going to think I'm an asshole. People are going to think, who is this guy saying that, he's got this stuff to learn? What does he know? And that little message actually changed the game for me. And that guy went on to sign up to my program. He did my program for a couple of years, got great results, and we actually changed his life. And so having that little bit of confidence to know that the content I was putting out, even though what I'm doing now is far better, at that time, it really reached the person, and it allowed me to realize that, hey, if I speak to these guys on a personal level, and if I give some great value, people are going to come to me, and I'm also going to be able to help a lot of people. And so to give you guys some key action points, the number one thing that you want to do is commit to your content themes, okay? And so a lot of people struggle with content because they just don't know what to post about. And the reason for this being is they're not very clear on what they actually do, okay? So I talk to fitness business owners every single day, and I'm like, cool, bro, what do you do? How do you help people? And they're like, I get people fit and strong. It's like, cool, so does every other person in the world that's a fitness coach. And so what you actually have to do is decide on 1 to 3 outcomes, specific outcomes that you want your audience to know that they can get from you, okay? And so the ones that changed the game for me was I committed to helping people go to work pain-free and share more sheep. Okay, so when I committed to helping people go to work pain-free, all of my content was guided towards helping people with common injuries that they faced in that industry. So I did things like lower back pain. I was helping them get out of wrist pain. I was helping them get out of shoulder pain. I was creating little exercises that they could do in advance so that they could get out of pain, so that I could remove a roadblock, and then they would come to me. Also, maybe you help people lose 6 to 12 kilos within 12 weeks. Maybe it's you help people add 10 kilos to their powerlifting total. But whatever it is, you need to commit to 1 to 3 very, very clear outcomes that your audience can start to know that you can help them get. And so the reason why that's really important is every single week you should be posting about this. There should be absolutely no doubt that what you do is what you see on your social media. Then the next big thing is like, why are you so passionate about this? And this was an absolute game changer for me because I was so passionate about helping people go to work pain free because I was always out with injury. I was always having to go see physios, chiropractors. I was having to take a heap of time off work because I was constantly injured. And that made me really, really passionate about helping these guys. And it also made me like, I felt like I had a debt to pay back to the sharing industry because the amount of, it allowed me to travel. It gave me a great career that I could sink my teeth into. And I really felt like I owed these guys, or owed the industry something back for the opportunities that it gave me. And so when you talk about why you're so passionate, this is the reason these people will buy into this and they'll start to be like, I really get what this guy's about. I like what he's doing. He's not just here to take our money, he's here to help us. Okay. And so write that down. Why are you so passionate about this? Then what you want to talk about is what are the main pain points and roadblocks your avatar faces in reaching these goals. Okay. And so, marketing 101. What are the struggles? For a lot of my guys, it was like they had a sore wrist, they had a sore back. They couldn't get out of bed because they were just in pain all day. They were losing too much weight. They weren't able to lose weight. They wanted to break world records and all of these sort of things. They couldn't get to a gym because they were in the outback. So when you understand their pain points and the roadblocks your avatar faces in reaching these goals, you can then go and flip it and turn it into aspiration points. So what do they want to achieve when these roadblocks are removed? If that wrist was not sore, could they go on and, do 100 more at work every single day? If they didn't have that knee pain, would they be able to get back on the basketball court and make the final in the next year's playoffs or something like that? And then from there, who does your audience become if they reach this goal? This is one of the most critical pieces. If you can paint the picture of who they become, either through your own story, through client stories, or future-pacing stories in your content, if you can paint the picture of who your audience becomes because of reaching this goal, it gives them something to aspire to, and it's very, very powerful. Last little piece to this, to understanding your content themes and creating your content, understanding who you are speaking to, is what juicy benefits do they get outside of a training and nutrition program? Cool. So all of us as fitness coaches, we do training, we do nutrition, we do mindset, we do accountability. If you go to 99% of fitness coaches marketing, they all say the same stuff. We give you a training program, give you nutrition, we give you mindset. But what are the juicy benefits of it? What does that mindset unlock? What does that nutrition protocol unlock? What is that training actually going to give them? Is it going to allow them to take off their shirt at the beach so that their young fella doesn't say they got a fat gut? Is it that smile on their face that they're going to get when they step on the wedding and they look absolutely incredible in that dress? Is it that they can rock up to, their finals in the basketball tournament and finally play that game that they've been wanting to play since they were 10 years old, looking up to Michael Jordan? So think about what the juicy benefits are, not the features of your program. What are those really, really juicy benefits that people are going to get from your program? If you can master that, it's going to be very, very powerful. Then what we want to do is master some basic storytelling frameworks. And there's basically 4 that we use that can be very, very good. If you comment below in this video, or if you send me a message at Dylan Mumba Fowler on Instagram, I'll send you a video on some 9 content formulas that you can use in your content. So number 1 is the hero's journey. And the hero's journey is a great copywriting or a storytelling framework that's going to allow you to let people come into your story. It's going to allow them to see what you've gone through, the ups, the downs, the mentors you've found, the struggles you've had to go through, the challenges you overcome, and then how you started to win, why you're winning now. And that hero's journey is such a powerful framework and is such a powerful tool, especially in fitness. And there's a really great quote is that if you don't want to sell your ass and abs on Instagram, you better learn to tell a story. And I really, really like that one. Next one is how to tell your unique solution story. So a great story with me is 3.5 years ago, I wanted to start weightlifting again competitively, but I had really, really bad lower back issues, had a hamstring tendinopathy. I had all sorts of things going on, and I could hardly walk. I could walk for about 100 meters before I had to stop because my hamstring was just screaming at me. I couldn't pick up my son, and here I was trying to, lift weights, weightlifting, and make it to the world champs. What I had to do was I went and learned from, some really great mentors. They taught me about the story of understanding how the spine works. They taught me some frameworks and some skills that allowed me to remove pain and also make sure that I could train consistently so that I could get back on onto the weightlifting platform. And so if you can learn how to tell your unique solution story, it's going to allow your unique solution, your program, your training, your nutrition, your systems to stand out because of the story of how you actually came up with it. Another great one is a really, really easy one called the two things you're bad at, the one thing you're good at. And so people will buy into someone who is trying rather than someone that's always winning. And so a really cool framework is, the two things you're bad at, the one thing you're good at. So let's say, for example, it's like, two things I really, really suck at are deadlifting and sticking to a nutrition protocol. But the one thing I'm really, really good at is being consistent with my training. And that's why over time, I've been able to get really, really good results. And so using that framework, using two things you're bad at, one thing you're good at can be very, very powerful. Next thing is to how to tell a social proof story better than anyone else. And so with online fitness coaching for years and years and years, people have used before and afters, social proof, testimonials, all of this sort of thing. But now we have to tell the story better, and we have to tell the social proof story like the hero's journey. We have to show where they were before, where they were during, and where they were after, so that when someone goes and reads that post, someone sees that post, then they can see that, hey, this looks a lot like where I'm at. This looks like the journey I'm going through. This looks like the coach that can help me. If you can learn how to tell a social proof story better than anyone else, you're going to have lots and lots of clients. Finally, you need to speak to your audience, not at them. Okay. And so this is a really common thing. We often see content where it's like, hey, look, you shouldn't be afraid of carbs. Okay. Or you shouldn't, think that weights are going to make you bulky. These are the beliefs that some of our audience have. And if we go and say, hey, look, your beliefs are wrong, all they're going to do is switch off. But if you can let them know that you understand what they're going through, share your downs as much as your ups, and be a real person, they're going to start to think that, hey, this person actually gets me. It seems like they're listening to where I'm at, and it seems like they understand what I'm going through. Maybe they can understand what I need to do to get to my goals better than anyone else. So if you can articulate what your clients are going through better than anyone else, your client will think that you can articulate the solution better than anyone else as well. So instead of telling them that they are wrong for not wanting to eat carbs, meet them where they're at and saying, hey, look, I know for years and years and years, you probably thought that carbs were wrong or carbs were bad and making you fat. But, research and study has come a long way. And now that we know that carbs are not bad, guess what? You can go and have that ice cream every single night. Or, hey, guess what? You can go and eat that sweet potato. But, hey, look, I know it's probably going to be scary, but what I want to let you know is that I'm going to walk you through this process step by step. Here's a heap of my clients that have already been through the same journey. Here's where they're at now. Hey, look, I know that carbs are scary, but hey, let's work through this. Let's work together. And hey, I tell you what, life's much better with carbs in it. So when you start to actually connect with some empathy, then give that little bit of value, that little bit of feedback so that they can actually get some steps forward, you'll be able to speak to more people, connect with more people. And this is going to give you an absolute edge in your content, and it's going to generate a lot of clients for you. So team, just to recap on the three little key points today is commit to your content themes, master some basic storytelling frameworks, and finally speak to your audience, not at them. And so if you're looking to grow your online presence in 2023, mastering the arts of content and storytelling is one of the absolute fundamental skills. If you can't master the basics of this, you won't be able to grow your online fitness business, and you probably won't be able to grow any fitness business that you want to, because a lot more people are starting to master this skill. I've actually got a full video on an easy content formulas that can help you level up your content. Just drop a comment below on this live. or if you're listening to the podcast, reach out to me on Instagram at Dylan Mumbafella, and I'll make sure you get that. Super helpful video, guys. If you found some value in this, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. Really keen to help you guys out, and I really want you guys, to do really well, because ultimately, guys, having an online fitness business absolutely changed my life. It allowed me to go from basically not being able to sleep at night, wondering if I was going to be able to keep my business open, to being able to, finally work my way out where I could get some freedom in my business, make sure my bank account actually had some money in it, and also do some amazing things, which is very cool. And I want you guys to have more experiences like that. So guys, comment below if you want that. Other than that, I hope you got some value from this podcast. Looking forward to it. Tomorrow I'm going to be dropping some more value, and I look forward to helping you guys out throughout the year. All right, team, have a good one, and we'll talk soon. Bye.